You can knock out a challenger with a spinning elbow, but you can't knock out a calendar. Jon Jones still owns the UFC heavyweight crown, yet interim champ Tom Aspinall just dropped a live mic nuke. Jon's retired. God bless him, we're moving on. If that bomb is real, Madison Square Garden's rumored November megacard suddenly has no main event, Dana White's stress level red lines, and the belt itself may change hands in a boardroom instead of a cage. Welcome to Behind the Lines News, where we decode the whispers, deadlines, and retirements the UFC hopes you'll scroll past. A crown won, a throne unoccupied. Rewind to March 4th, 2023. Jones returned from 3 years of exile, strangled Cyril Gane in 124 seconds, and posed with heavyweight gold, like he'd never left. Then, silence. A torn pectoral tendon torpedoed the Stipe title defense. Surgery selfies replaced fight promos. Months drifted by. 6, 9, 12. The most active champion of the 2010s became the Ghost King of 2024. Training in Thailand, guest judging reality TV, quoting proverbs on X. Meanwhile, sportsbooks quietly yanked next Jones fight odds. Fans on Reddit turned his reign into a meme. A photoshopped belt gathering cobwebs, captioned, "Still undisputed," because there's nothing to dispute. Legacy demands defenses, and right now the throne looks like museum glass collecting dust and doubt. The Meteor named Tom Aspinall. Across the pond, a 262-pound wrecking ball wasn't waiting. Tom Aspinall stepped in on 10 days' notice last November, nuked Sergey Pavlovich in 69 seconds, and walked out of MSG with an interim belt, still warm to the touch. 7 months later, he iced Curtis Blades in 1 round, pushing his average UFC fight time to a ridiculous 2 minutes 2 seconds, the fastest in any weight class with more than 5 fights. Training videos land daily, call-outs happen weekly, and now he's declared himself the de facto champion because, in his words, activity matters. The optics are brutal. One champ live streams pad work, the other live streams scripture. Fans love a man who shows up, and the algorithm loves the man fans love. Negotiations and the bombshell retirement. For months, the holdup felt like classic Jones Zen. My camp is love and happiness. Translation: no contract, no date, no urgency. But on the Good Guy, Bad Guy podcast, Aspinall sat between Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen and flatlined the rumor mill. Jon's retired. Follow his socials. He's living life. Let's move on. Within hours, Reuters, ESPN, and Bro Bible blasted the headline worldwide. Jones's response? A cryptic post from a Phuket seminar. Plans already discussed with the UFC. Legal won't let me speak. Fans read that like subtext. NDAs, negotiations, or a soft launch goodbye. In fight business chess, silence can be a resignation. And this board suddenly favors the Brit. Deadline: Dana versus Nice Dana. Chael Sonnen swears there are 2 Danas. Nice Dana handles whispers, adds zeros, keeps phone calls private. Mad Dana leaks those calls to ESPN and turns gold into tin overnight. Need proof? When Francis declined a new deal in January 2023, Mad Dana stripped him that night and booked Jones Gane for the vacant belt by morning. The UFC also hates dual titles. History shows interim straps last roughly 150 days before the promotion either unifies or upgrades the stand-in. MSG on November 9th, per leaked arena hold sheet, is the rumored line in the sand. Every unanswered week drags Nice Dana toward Mad Dana, and Mad Dana hasn't lost an ultimatum yet. Fan revolt. Strip him, goes nuclear. Outrage is measurable. Last week, a petition titled "Remove Inactive Champion Jon Jones" rocketed past 20,000 signatures in 48 hours, trending top 5 on MMA Twitter. Other trackers put the total closer to 70K as of this morning. Numbers vary. Anger doesn't. Jones clapped back with a picogram joke, a self-aware nod to his old USADA scandal, while Aspinall reposted the petition with the caption, "I'll be ready when he's not." Each fresh signature is another decibel in Dana White's ear, and another data point Endeavor can wave at sponsors who'd rather market an active champion. Money, power, and matchmaker math. Let's translate legacy into ledger lines. Multiple insiders say Jones wants $30 million flat, walk-away money, win or lose. Sounds absurd until you remember UFC 285 cracked 1 million PPV buys and was, per Sports Illustrated, the highest-grossing commercial event of 2023. Madison Square Garden, meanwhile, holds the gate record at 17.7 million, Conor vs. Eddie, UFC 205, and has flirted with that number twice since. Factor in global PPV, site fees, and crypto sponsor windfalls, and $30 million looks like a steep, yet plausible, premium for heavyweight history. On the flip side, every idle quarter costs Aspinall at least $2 to $3 million in lost purses and PPV points, according to the Sportster's pay scale model. Compound that across 2 fights, and he's hemorrhaged Ferrari money while refreshing his inbox. Endeavor's last earnings call bragged about $1.4 billion in UFC revenue. But the street hates dormant assets, and a silent champion is the priciest asset of all. Forks in the road. Let's break down the paths moving forward. Path A, the contract miracle. Jones unretires or clarifies he never retired, inks the bout, and MSG sells out in 90 minutes. Legacy secured, paychecks cashed, and the heavyweight division exhales. Path B, Dana's guillotine. November approaches, no signature appears, Mad Dana strips Jones, elevates Aspinall, and launches a mini-tournament Gain, Pavlovich, Almeida for the next shot. The belt keeps working weekends. Path C, quiet fade-out. Jones files paperwork, retirees on Instagram Live, and lets pundits debate his GOAT resume forever. The UFC rewrites the poster, spins the narrative, and history marches on without its mythical king. Each scenario detonates the rankings in a different pattern, but all 3 share one truth: the belt will not hibernate into 2026. The date with destiny. Behind the scenes, MSG has already booked lighting rigs, satellite trucks, and a week of sponsor activations. Those invoices don't care about tweets. If Jones Aspinall headlines, it could be the richest heavyweight fight since pay-per-view was invented. If retired sticks, the poster swaps names, not dates, and the show goes on. The next 90 days are chess clock warfare. Every digital signature, or lack thereof, shifts 8-figure budgets, traveler visas, and legacy headlines, when silence becomes a decision. Jon Jones won the heavyweight crown in a blink, 124 seconds of artful violence. Now he's flirting with the possibility of losing it without ever stepping into the cage again. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall keeps swinging at ghosts, sharpening a skill set for a fight that may never come, while 150,000 angry signatures pound out one word in unison: strip him. In the middle stands Dana White, the sport's impatient timekeeper, staring at an hourglass whose last few grains are rattling against the glass. So here's the question only the comment section can answer: is Bones actually retired? Or is this just the latest chapter in the most elaborate mind game MMA has ever seen? Does the GOAT ride off into the sunset? Or is he teeing up a headline-grabbing comeback when the clock hits 1 second to midnight? We want your call, bold, ridiculous, or prophetic, down below. While you're there, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and fuel that algorithm so you never miss the moment Dana's hammer finally drops. Because on Behind the Lines News, we track every tick, every whisper, and every disappearing champion. Remember, in the octagon, fighters keep score with punches. But out here, the clock keeps score for everyone. And tonight, The clock is winning.
7:45 with